Hey guys, OgreBarberian here. And I know the question on everybody's mind is Tezzeret still good in the face of the aethersqual ancient nerf? And the short answer is yeah, and the longer answer is heck yeah. Uh, I never really was a proponent of the aethersqual ancient reaver demon combo anyway. And I always kind of laughed at it. I'm like, yeah, you guys are gonna cause the game to either fail or, nerfs are gonna happen. And guess what? Nerfs happened. So the big nerf was Aethersqual Ancient losing a bunch of health and dropping its mana cost from 6 to 5. And that is actually a really big deal. But is he still good? Well, let's go ahead and take a look at 3 replays that I got lined up for you guys. And let's talk our way through this Tezzeret deck. As we do, I'm going to go ahead and speed it up just a little bit, just because we don't want it to take forever. So as you see, I focus more on AoEs. The Enclave Elite have AoE. Accursed Spectre has, good range, deals good damage. I happen to be facing an aethersqual Ancient in this match. Tezzeret himself also does AoEs, so I like to use AoEs to just blow things up. You got, of course, your wavecrash Triton, who also does a nice big AoE. You have the battle raging here. You got our nice little catapult, which catapult's just a really solid building. I'm not sure if it's the best, but it's definitely a solid building. And of course you got the ninja and circle of pain, both just, again, solid units. Alright, here are my enemies. Got a real big push. Get my tower. But I don't give up, and you don't surrender. You definitely play to your strengths. Let them push to your tower if you have to. But I don't sit on my laurels once we're 1-1. I push into that second lane immediately. Let them summon their aethersqual, which is going to do nothing because I took their other tower already. And I managed to take the win. Ninja versus aethersqual. Ninja wins. Alright, second replay against Garruk. So we're facing off against a couple of the big names here. We got Dovan and Garruk. And I think the third one I got lined up for you is a Chandra. So it's not like we're facing against, slouch planeswalkers. And, being up 2,300 points is not slouch players either. So hopefully you'll get the idea that Tezzeret can be played in a different way. So I started out here with Enclave Elite going down one lane. They dropped a catapult, so I threw my Accursed Spirit in the other lane. And then all heck breaks loose. Wavecrash Triton, pretty good against Garruk. And between the Triton, Tezzeret himself, and the pumeler, you got a lot of AoE on the ground, so able to just bust through Garruk's, which is what you need, a lot of times. And again, catapult's just a solid building. May not be great, may not be the greatest, that's for sure, but it's just a solid overall building. It's got a lot of health. Being able to summon units is another really big plus. So they keep throwing that Vengevine in the opposite lane, which is what you want to do if you're a Garruk player. So, and you want to be careful not to let that vine hit too many times because it's gonna take your tower like it did there. But again, we don't give up. We may have lost our tower first, but we gotta win this battle. Prove that Tezzeret is still the best. And it may just be my own, Alright, and so we're at this point we're 5,000 on their tower to 2,000 some odd on my tower. I just dump everything into the bottom lane and go for it and get there before they can respond because they tried to mess around. And managing your planeswalker has a lot to do with it. I had my planeswalker, they didn't. I win. And the last one I got for you, Chandra replay. This one was actually pretty entertaining too, I'm not gonna lie. You don't see the little devils very often, but there was some clever use of them here. So they lead with their Hell Rider. I go in with the catapult just to defend it. I'm not afraid to drop a Tezzeret right on top of them because they have a lot of health. Tezzeret has a lot of health. So this player burns through a second Chandra already. So I'm like, alright, well, I'll just play some defense with Triton and catapult. Pull out their third Chandra. And I know at this point that I'm kind of ahead. And those devils would have been crazy damage on my tower, so I threw out the Triton to kind of stop it. Got lucky on that one. Tezzeret and Triton, along with the Accursed Spirit, is just pretty good damage. Then I also threw in the Enclave Elite there after the Ratchet Bomb destroyed my Accursed Spirit. Able to take a tower. So I'm ahead at this point, but I still want to defend, so I threw it on the Catapult, the Accursed Spirit, the Enclave Elite. Threw a Ninja in the bottom lane to help push, and again, I wanted to keep defending against those little devils. I know the action's going a little too fast to try and commentate on it, but as long as you play to your strengths, know your deck. My deck is very capable with AoEs. I'm okay with losing my top tower there because I have the 2 towers, and I've got so much pressure on their main tower that I'm able to get the 3-0 with a few seconds to spare, or 3-1 with a few seconds to spare, rather, because they did just take that tower right as I did that. So, just wanted to show everybody, Tezzeret is not dead. He's still very well alive. You don't gotta aethersqual it. You know? Don't gotta Reaver Demon it. Just, you gotta play to the strength of the deck, and Tezzeret himself is an AoE attacker, melee. And if you can clear out the melee ground units, you know, with your other melee ground units as well, like, he can get in and do some decent damage. He himself has decent damage, and he's a decent tank. So he has a significant amount of health, pretty good attack damage. So use that to your advantage. And don't be afraid to get in there, as it were. But that's all I got for you this time. As always, like, subscribe, leave a comment, let us know what you think, and we'll see you next time. Enjoy and grind on.